Welcome to the new weekly report about how to get and learn JavaScript as a self-taught developer, where I'm currently working on a project which I have defined by myself because I had a need. And since the last report, that was 2 weeks ago, I have moved forward regarding the project, where I have spent most of the time working on fixing the domain name that I have picked for this project and connecting it with the DigitalOcean droplet. What you can see currently is here the VS Code environment where I am building this code, which is on my local PC. And what I have done, I have moved this part of the code on the DigitalOcean droplet. And from there, I have put to automatically refresh every 24 hours to fetch the data from the API and show the progress online. So currently, this is what it looks like on my local machine, where you can see this is the first graph. This is the currency strength meter, where you can see the strength of each of these currencies I have selected. So when you go here, for example, you can see the current strength is minus 4.2 for the Japanese yen. And below that is a correlation graph where you have two currencies which you can select only from the back end, and you have a movement of the price of each of these currencies. So currently, for example, we have Euro USD that is moving, and we can see what is the difference and also how the other currency behaves compared to the first currency. And the third graph is the pip range chart, and this is selected for the currency on the back end, which I need to solve also on the front end, which shows what is the pip range, what is the price movement on average from each day inside the week, from Monday to Friday, from the minimum price to the maximum price. So we can see what is the average number of pips that currency is moving per day. And this is something also a goal to have these graphs for all currencies that are available. So this is something will be as a next step to create on the front end part, so the customer, so the user can use this drop down menu, for example, to select which currency would he like to see and compare with other currencies. This is the part we have three graphs, and here it is. Currentlizer is the domain name I have selected for this project. So you can also, when you type the currentlizer.com inside your web browser, you'll be redirected here, so you can see also what is the current progress on the project. Currently I have only first graph, which is a currency strength meter, because at the start when I have moved this part of the code online to the DigitalOcean droplet, I didn't have any database inside, so it was empty, so I needed to wait until the database populates. So when the data has been populated inside the database, I have started to see the results of the code I have put online. There are now two graphs others, because I have not moved 100% of the code since 28th of March. You can see it here. It is the start of this project when it is available online. Before it was visible only over direct IP, but I have spent the last 2 weeks fixing the issues, how to connect this domain with the DigitalOcean droplet, how to create a web server, because I didn't know I need this. I need one. NGINX, this is the standard one I have selected. Then I had issues how to connect the for example, this one, a port 3000 and also a refresh page, how to connect so I can have it on a home page. So I needed also to change some of the code, part of the code inside the folders on the Linux Ubuntu server. When I fixed that, then I had issue with this HTTPS, which is a SSL certificate. I needed to install it. And then I have spent lots of time fixing and finding what could be the cause of the error. And finally, I have managed to create this domain connected with DigitalOcean droplet, and currently I have a website available with the domain name. So this is a great step to move forward. The next one is to completely move the whole code, which means also changing the database appearance, and also how the database change the database, how many rows and also columns it has, because if I want to have these two graphs additionally, I need to change the database number of columns on several tables, because the calculations needs more columns to save the data. So when I move that as a next step, I will have these three graphs available on this domain name here, which will be available online. So the next step is to move that, and then after that it will be to start working on the front end. Here inside the GitHub, my progress is visible here, and what you can see during the April and start of the May, I had several commits because there was no changes inside the code. Not too much, because I have most of the time I was fixing some bugs, because when the code is available online, some of the issues, some of the errors appears which are not visible on the local machine. Because, for example, one of the problems I have for several days, there was the data that has been saved there was data saved inside the database, and when I fetch that data, there is no problems with data type. For example, it is no problem, is it number. And then when I have moved here online on Linux Ubuntu server, I had problems because the code was not working properly, because after I have found the cause, it was that the data that has been fetched from the database was not fetched as a number, it was as a string. So there was an issue with the data types. So I needed to fix that 2 times, and currently there is no issues, at least for now, for several days, which means at least for now it is stable. I will see that when I move the whole complete code with these 2 graphs here on online. Will the code be okay as it is on the local machine, or there will be some kind of issues? This is something that I will see while moving forward. So the progress was not visible here on the GitHub, but everything was visible currently here on the Currentlizer, which you can see it. Also, if you would like, you can freely visit this domain name and see what is the result. If you have any kind of suggestion, please do send me a message on YouTube below this video, so I can see and also implement that suggestion if it is okay for me. Then here it is. This is the self.developer.com. This is the website where I'm sharing also the details. You can see here inside the report how I am reporting what I am doing each day. I have stopped since March, and the last time was on the 4th April. I have stopped writing because I was mostly working on solving issues, so there was no moving forward too much with the code. But I have decided to try to write each day what kind of problems and issues I have experienced, so I can also see each day what kind of problems I had. So next time when I will make this weekly report, I will move here to see what kind of problems I had, and also I will explain to you how I have solved them. So for now I have put here some of the data, what I have experienced, what kind of a code I had problems, and also you can see the progress current on this website. You can see it here, what kind of issues I had. I did not have web server. Then I needed to fix DNSA A records, and then needed SSL certificate, what I have already told you. And then I had problems with the code. You can see it here. And these are small issues, but for sure I have not listed all the problems I had, because there were also small problems that I do not remember right now, but I know there were small problems that I have solved by moving forward. Lots of help I have received over ChatGPT. It helps to explain some kind of problems to me, to find the errors. But what I have seen if you would like ChatGPT to solve some kind of a little bit problem to solve the issue for it, it will not be so easy. He can point you in one direction, but you need to spend your time to think about and find the issue on your own, and also implement the proposal from his side, because you have the whole code, you have the idea, and you know how it needs to work. So he cannot solve everything 100%, but it can be helpful to explain what could be the issue, and also what could be potential solution, and also how to understand what the error is. For small instructions, for example, on the Linux server, when I have just started to work with Linux, I never had experience before, so this was a little bit hard for me to move forward, but working together with ChatGPT, I have easily solved the installation of web server, Postgres database, I don't know what else, everything, that SSL certificate and everything else that I needed. So this was helpful. There was small issues, but I have moved forward and I have succeeded. And also the second website I have is on the internet, all the issues where you can find, and that forum is Stack Overflow, where I have found lots of information and also potential solutions to my problems. So these are two sources that has helped me to move forward and also solve the issues. As a conclusion for the last 2 weeks is honestly, if you do not work on the project, you will not learn too much, because when you work on the project, you will experience lots of small issues as you move forward that you could not experience in a small project if you follow some kind of a tutorial. So this is a great way to learn some small solutions that can help you later on to solve a bigger solutions. So it is great to work on the project that is something that you would like to build. And also, one of the best ideas and also the goals is, when you are starting to learn to develop or to work on some kind of a code, is to have your own projects that you would like to build, because this is something that is moving you forward, and it is something that is fulfills you, satisfies you, because it will allow you to grow by writing something that will build something that you really want. So if you are working just following the tutorials, you will skip some of the issues. You will not took the code, maybe you will simply copy it, and this is something that is not so good while learning. But I know and I understand this is something that I have done also when I have started to learn with Udemy course. So this is, I would say, it is normal. But try to find a project for yourself that is interesting to you and you would like to build one. So this is all for this week. For the next 2 weeks, and also for the next weekly report, I will try to manage to to change the appearance on the front end for this project, and I will try to make some kind of user selection to change the data on the chart, to select some kind of a currency, so it fetches the data from the database for other currencies and also for this chart. So this is the idea for the next part. The next part is also to connect this domain, this website, with the Google Search Console, Google Analytics, so I can also follow is there any changes in the visitor section, and also is there any changes in the keyword that I will be ranking on this website when I put some kind of content on the homepage. And also I will try to create several pages to see how this works. The other page that I would like to write is about each of these charts, and I will learn how to create new pages on the DigitalOcean Droplet on this website here. So when you put here some kind of slash, for example, refresh, so I do not get some kind of this error here. So these are website pages that I would like to add to this domain and current website. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below the video, and see you next time, and happy coding.